common fertility IVF drug, and currently it's selling in Europe. It's Pergoveris. And that's a sound nice name. Pergoveris. Why can't you name them nice, simple names? Nice, easy names. It doesn't matter. If it works, that's all we care about, right?
Eric Doherty says he doesn't act like he's better than the average person, and it's part of the charm, which is true. JD Vance was spotted at church this week, and as he was leaving, he came across these newlyweds. A very, very sweet video. Imagine that on your wedding day. And he wrote them a card: to a beautiful young couple, may God bless you with healthy and happy lives together, I think is what it says. Thanks for letting me say hello. This one is so cute. MAGA Voice says, this young boy made every liberal neighbour of his very mad.
Here, let's watch this because it's so funny.
Crossing the border illegally is not a crime?
No, it's not a criminal act. Okay. It's a misdemeanor.
Misdemeanor is not a crime?
It's not a criminal act. No, if you get charged with a misdemeanor, that's not a criminal act.
Why get charged at all then, if it's not a criminal act?
Because we have different levels of crime.
So it is crime.
No,
it's just
we have different levels of. I shouldn't say crime, but it's not. It's not a crime. You're not breaking the law. I mean, you are breaking the law, but it's not a criminal act.
I don't know how they do all these mental gymnastics and don't see how ridiculous it is.
Look at this, a transgender cop car. Look at that. Are you guys cops, or you just identify as cops?
That's a good one.
So you preferred your pronouns to be
they and them.
They, them.
Okay.
So,
do you need me to explain how to use that?
Nope, because I'm not going to.
Breaking news this week. New footage, shocking footage, has emerged showing Zoran Mamdani performing a Nazi salute during his NYC rally. So this man made a very good point this week, and I now think that maybe the left is right. Maybe we do need more diversity. Have a listen to this.
88% of all Canadian faculty in universities are left-leaning, and 12% are right-leaning. Do you see an issue with that?
I won't comment on that personally.
Okay, but you just said we want to promote diversity.
We do. So we do
viewpoints or diversity of perspective.
Sure, and there is evidence, which I'm not a researcher myself, but there is evidence to the idea that considerations of EDI in science results in stronger science, and we've heard about usability of science and why that's important.
Do you think that if there was more representations of right-leaning views, that it wasn't 12%, it was a little higher than 12%? Would that make the research better then in your case? Do you agree?
I can't comment on that, as other colleagues have said.
But you just said that you want more diversity, and then now you're saying you can't comment on having more diversity.
I can't provide my personal opinion on it.
Okay, what does your organization think
well, as colleagues have mentioned,
all questions should be directed through the chair, and please one person at a time, because it becomes a problem with the interpreters.
I'll rephrase the question. So if there was more right-leaning views, would that sort of meet the objectives of, do you agree that would meet the objectives of the stated objective of your organization?
It's always about the merit of the application and the excellence of the proposal.
All about merit, but then you said a diversity of viewpoints matter too. So how do you reconcile that?
Again, guys, make it make sense. But yeah, I can get on board with this kind of diversity. More diversity in the media would be nice, more right-leaning views, more diversity in universities. We could create a big list if the left would like us to. The Trump administration really upped their trolling game this week when they joined the leftist social media platform Blue Sky. The White House said, we realized that everyone over at Blue Sky probably wasn't seeing our content, so we decided to fix that. And then Vance followed suit, and he joined with this beautiful King Trump video.
Hail to the king, hail to the one, kneel to the crown, stand
in the sun, out of the key.
So what do you guys think the Blue Sky users thought of all this? This account said Blue Sky is doing just fine with the White House joining. And here we have Chad Crush responding to the video saying, I hope the admin reading this blows their head off with a sawed-off shotgun. Make sure to hit the brain stem when it happens. Yeah, they're doing just fine. Marco Rubio realizing he now has 10 Blue Sky troll accounts to run.
Republicans have been appealing to audiences, especially young people like myself, online using social media. Why does Republican messaging on social media seem so much more effective than Democratic messaging, and what can we do about it?
Well, that's a great question. I think the Republicans are effective.
Trump's a bitch.
Yeah, why is that?
I don't know. We don't like him. Yeah. That's the word around here.
Any particular reason why you don't like him?
No clue at all. I'm just going with everybody else saying.
Meanwhile, this week, the anti-Trumpers engaged in the No Kings protest, but there was something a little bit odd about it. Here are some of the protesters being interviewed.
No King's Day.
And why specifically are you out supporting No King's Day?
I think protest is important.
Why are you protesting?
How much time do you have?
Couple minutes. And what's the main reason you're out here protesting President Trump?
I agree with a lot of the decisions that are being made.
Is there any decision in particular you disagree with?
Okay, so I would start with, well, I don't even think it's appropriate for me to have this interview.
They don't know why they're there. Do they? They don't know why.
Why are you out here at the No Kings protest, I guess?
Sorry.
I was wondering, what has President Trump done to put your freedom in danger?
We have some that come to visit. I think that he has done so by sorry, we weren't expecting to be on.
Like, you're not cute. This isn't funny. Oh, you're so sweet.
Again, guys, this week we have a very realistic AI video from Sora, but very funny, of the protesters.
Are you happy about the ceasefire?
Honestly, I like protesting, so not really.
So why don't you protest for the Christians in Nigeria?
Oh, how much are they paying?
Another one that really had me laughing this week is directly from the No Kings website, the lyrics for the chants that they were going to be doing during the protest. Here you see, Trump, your kingdom must come down. And it's repeated over and over again with a spelling mistake. And Mike Ben says, the teachers' unions who are rioting have badly failed the kiddos they recruit to riot. You may be wondering how Trump felt about all this. Well, he was extremely grateful. He posted a huge thank you to all the No Kings protesters yesterday. I was very concerned a king was trying to take my place, but thanks to your tireless efforts, I am still your president. Great job all. And once again, Sean Farash came out with an amazing, amazing Trump impression.
This is your favorite majesty, King Donald, the strongest and greatest that has ever lived. Nobody's ever seen a stronger or greater or tougher king in the history of the world. And I hereby issue this royal decree to the radical left-wing crazy protesters. We urge you against drinking Molotov cocktails. We don't want you to drink the Molotov cocktails, especially when they're on fire. You could get very hurt. We don't want to see you do that. You know, we have to say that to these people, because these are Antifa people, or as I call them, stupid people, very stupid people. Do not drink the Molotov cocktails and do not challenge the royal decree of the king. I got along very well with a lot of kings, and they said to me, Your Majesty, they said to me, Your Highness, speak softly, but carry a big scepter. I said, we don't have a problem. We have the biggest scepter the world has ever seen. You know who's got a problem? We call him Crying Chuck. He's got a tiny scepter. And he's very embarrassed about it, and he has a very hard time. He's nobody's favorite majesty. I'm your favorite majesty, and we're ushering in a new golden age in our country where anything is possible, where you could be somebody working 2 jobs as a fry cook and a garbage man and become your favorite majesty. Nobody's ever seen anything like it, but we did that, and we did it very well. Thank you. God bless you. God bless America. Long live King Donald. Long live the golden age. And thank you for your attention to this matter.
Of course, the trolling didn't stop there. Trump ended up posting this video. And Harry Sisson, who was featured in the video, did respond. He said, "Can a reporter please ask Trump why he posted an AI video of himself dropping poop on me from a fighter jet? That would be great, thanks." Well, the vice president himself responded and he said, "I'll ask him for you, Harry." People are saying, I just love this timeline that I've ended up in. And we've witnessed all of the craziness, but let's take a little breather because this woman speaks the most wonderful, refreshing common sense about it all.
No kings. Unless it was during the pandemic when all the mom and pop businesses were shut down, but the government said it was totally fine for all the major super rich corporations to continue operating. But I didn't really care because as long as I could get my Starbies and go to Target, I was fine. No kings. Except during the pandemic when we told people that they would lose their job unless they took a certain medical product, or they couldn't even go into certain restaurants without vaccine paperwork. That was crazy, but I didn't really care because I just complied. No kings. Remember when we also told people that they had to not visit their loved ones that were sick and dying in the hospital, the elderly? They had to die alone. That was really sad. We shut down the schools, completely wrecked the developmental learning for a whole generation. I mean, that was tragic, but we don't really talk about that because that's over now. New outrage, no kings. Remember when we were told over and over if we got that medical product, we for sure would not get sick. And even though the people that got it immediately did get sick, we were for sure told they wouldn't spread it. And then that gradually became, well, like 95%, like 75%. Okay, there's no evidence it does what we told everyone it does, but we've already made everyone take it that would anyway. And no one really cared because it's new outrage time, no kings. And do you remember during that time, anyone who tried to bring attention to these issues on social media was censored or their account was banned? And limiting free speech at that time seemed okay to me. I didn't really think about it. No kings. You don't hate authoritarianism. You just hate what you're told to hate by the algorithm and the news outlets. Be so for real. I just wish the anti-authoritarian energy was present during actual tyranny from both the federal and local governments during that time. But no, of course not. And it's not authoritarianism if the majority of the people voted for it, both popular vote and electoral votes. People wanted the border secure. So settle down and start thinking for yourself. Turn off the TikTok.
We live in an upside down world in recent years, and some people's memory is so selectively short term. James Woods says, "Terrify a liberal today." Pat, I'd like to solve the puzzle. Yeah, sorry guys, even after the protests, he's still your president. The White House said, "We are built different." Have a good night, everyone. I just wanted to take a moment as well because, last week I was tagged with a sombrero on my head. And I said I was a little bit offended because Vinnie was excluded. So somebody had a very good suggestion in the comments. I did get a little sombrero. So I'm going to see if I can get this on his head. Okay. We'll see how long he keeps that on for.
It's me, yeah, I'm the problem. It's me, chaos in the crop tops and iced tea. Blame the stars or blame the moon, whatever you please.
Well, I can confidently tell you that MAGA is not worried about you, but worried about the confused-looking little Johnny and his sister, whose only reason for being there is so you can virtual signal about how stunning and brave you are for increasing the chances of at least one of them getting on hormone blockers in the near future. I hope this helps.
I wonder if that will help her. I don't know. Magic 8 Ball. Am I stupid? Oh, I'm sorry, that's so silly. I just love it. If liberals were merely stupid, the laws of probability would dictate that at least some of their decisions would serve America's interest. That is a very good point. This week, Kamala Harris made quite an interesting statement.
Well, some people have actually said I was the most qualified candidate ever to run for president.
Piers Morgan responded, "Who said that? I want names, Kamala Harris. We all demand the names, please." Oh. Oh, you look gorgeous. I actually thought he would resist it more. Oh, you poor thing.
President Trump looked at the Taliban leader and said this: I want to leave Afghanistan, but it's going to be a conditions-based withdrawal. And translator translated. And he said, if you harm a hair on a single American, I'm going to kill you. And the translator goes, and Trump goes, tell him what I said. Reached in his pocket, pulled out a satellite photo of the leader of the Taliban's home and handed it to him.
Shut up.
Got up and walked out the room.
Some of these conspiracy theories have turned out to be true.
Which ones? The Trump-Russia witch hunt, Jeffrey Epstein, JFK assassination, the misuse of the Patriot Act, the Iraq war, the weapons of mass destruction, the war in Ukraine, the bombing of the Nord Stream pipeline, the open border migration caravans, the climate change scam, chemtrails, and HARP, and 9/11 being an inside job, and the Internet of Things surveillance grid, and PFAs, and chemicals in the water turning everyone gay, and the 2020 election being stolen, and January 6th being filled with undercover feds, and Bilderberg, and Bohemian Grove, and global government, not to mention gain-of-function research, and the threat of China, and collapsing birth rates, and defund the police, and George Soros, and mail-in ballots, and big tech censorship, and disinformation agencies, and Obama's birth certificate, and probably some others I can't think of. I mean, so a few of them. I guess a couple of them have been true.
I guess a few have been true. Maybe we could consider questioning the government and media occasionally based on that. Speaking of conspiracy theories, I can't believe how easy it was for them to convince carbon-based life forms that carbon is the enemy. Here are some beautiful homes. Barack Obama's seafront home, Nancy Pelosi's seafront home, and Bill Gates right there on the beach. Wall Street Mav says rising sea levels. Wall Street Mav says rising sea levels? Human-induced climate change? One meme says it all.
Breaking news here in batshit bonkers Britain, where we're getting ready for another day at the coalface. First up, climate change. The headline roulette has been spun, and today's climate change headline is, carbon dioxide levels are rising at record rates. Given that they're 0.04% of the atmosphere, I, for one, am very, very concerned. And I look to the wokerati and our leftist betters to tell us what to do. I mean, maybe we should keep tearing down the rainforest in order to build a shitty road for a shitty climate change conference. Maybe we should keep covering our farmland in solar panels that have been imported from China that can't be recycled. Maybe we should keep throwing small black children down mines in order to dig up enough minerals to put in batteries of electric vehicles that no one knows how to recycle. I mean, maybe that will fix the problem. What do you think? In other news, Trumpy Trump, finally recognised by Time magazine for his genius work in securing a peace deal between Israel and Palestine. But of course, Time magazine, supposedly a noble publication, couldn't resist but put a terrible photo of Trump on the front cover, taken from beneath. I say to you, Sam, editor of Time magazine, come to me. Come beneath here. Go beneath my flange and then take a photo upwards. Your eyeballs will melt. They will dissolve in your head and you will be put off from ever having sex again. Not that I think you got that much in the first place. And finally, Mail Online says that if there was an election tomorrow, Reform would win 445 seats in the House of Commons. That is terrific news. Time for Reform leadership to start thinking very carefully about how they're going to hit the ground running. Less Trump 45, more Trump 47. They're going to need to drain the swamp, which is the civil service. They're going to need to round up illegals from their holding pens across this country and get them deported. And they're going to need to put great British patriots first. That's it. Batshit bonkers Britain.
And speaking of the infamous Time magazine cover this week, I'm glad that Trump was featured on it, but clearly the photo was chosen to be unflattering. And it turns out that half the internet can do it better than this photographer, editor, chose to do it. I'm kind of curious how much they're getting paid to do their job, considering half the internet can do it better. But yeah, as you can see, there are some really nice ones that people made. And I'm curious which one is your favorite. Which one would you have preferred for the cover? I think I like the King of FAFO one. That's a nice one. One of my favourite comments this week was from Wall Street Mav saying, the UK government is racist against Indigenous English people. What do you think? Do you agree?
This is a Brussels announcement. Keir Starmer's a wanker. Keir Starmer's a wanker. Thank you.
Well done. Well done, Patriot. Weak men create hard times. The current times of the UK. So here are my favourite comments of the week. Tim Poole says, I'm going to start a non-profit that helps the homeless locate homes owned by Liberals they can squat in. That is an absolutely brilliant idea and I am willing to support that charity. 6 Million says, I like how I'm on stolen land, but also borders are made up lines in the dirt and no human is illegal. But JD Vance wins the comment of the week for me. Elizabeth Warren posted a response to the hostages being released. She refrained from mentioning Trump and all of that, of course. And JD Vance responded and he said, the president told me he did this on Indigenous Peoples Day in honor of you. I love that. Kimber tagged me in this one saying, if white privilege exists, then why did Elizabeth Warren pretend to be an Indian? That's a very good point.
Hey, how's it going?
No! No!
What's wrong?
No!
iCash Patel and finally releasing the Epstein files.
Trump.
Donald Trump is not on the list.
What?
However, Jimmy Kimmel and Lin-Manuel Miranda showed up 35,000 times.
Fuck! No!
Breaking news. CNN has just confirmed that Michelle Obama is a man.
They're putting dementia on the blaming on Cheetah.
Oh my god, it's RFK Jr.
Just so the Cheetah, he's robbing our kids of their memory.
Sorry, Buster, you're going back to your country.
Stop, he didn't do anything wrong.
Oh no, I actually just killed a guy.
No!
Okay, one matcha, that'll be $500.
Why is it so expensive?
Trump put a 5,000% tariff on matcha.
Oh my god!
Okay, sounds good. Here's my EBT card.
We don't do EBT.
Oh my god! Where's the goddamn exit? Hello?
Dude, what's up?
Wait.
Hey, is he bothering you?
Yes, the National Guard is here. Can you arrest this man? He's with Antifa!
No! I'm not with Antifa! I'm not with Antifa!
Wow, that was so thrilling.
I'm absolutely loving the Halloween decorations that I'm seeing online this week, which feature COVID and the atrocity of the shots. Walgreens accidentally nails it. A skeleton wearing a Get Your Flu Shot and Vaccinations Today t-shirt. This is the best house front I've ever seen for Halloween. Pfizer appointment only. That is terrifying. You're going to trigger people's PTSD with that one. Get vaccinated today. Earn 20% off your next purchase. Get vaccinated today. Earn 20% off your next purchase. No appointments necessary. Rest in peace. Walgreens again. Are you here for your flu shot? I got mine. And you're looking very well for it.
Wait! Stop! Don't eat that food!
Who are you? What are you doing in our house?
I'm from the future. I'm here to warn you, don't eat that food.
Why not?
The eggs, they're full of cholesterol.
What?
Eating even just one egg can dramatically increase your chance of heart attack. Don't eat eggs.
Oh my god, thank you.
You're welcome. Godspeed.
Well, I guess I better take those eggs.
Wait! Stop!
You're back!
Yeah, we were wrong about the eggs.
How?
Well, it turns out there's two types of cholesterol. There's good cholesterol and bad cholesterol, and eggs actually have both. So you can eat eggs, but just don't eat the egg yolks. So stick with the egg whites.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Godspeed. We were wrong about the eggs.
Again?
Yeah, okay, so it turns out that the amount of cholesterol in a food doesn't actually affect how much cholesterol ends up in your blood. The eggs are probably fine. In fact, we sort of don't even know what cholesterol is.
But the steak! You can't eat the steak! Wait!
We were wrong about the steak. It's the toast. Man was not meant to eat bread.
What do you mean man was not meant to eat bread?
Turns out it's genetic. Doesn't matter whether you exercise or what you eat. I'm sorry I ruined your meal.
My name is Braylon, and I live here in Memphis. I've been noticing not just a slight change, more of a detrimental change in like how peaceful Memphis is ever since the National Guard came. There was a lot of things I couldn't do before the National Guard came because I had to worry a lot about guns and stuff. I couldn't play because I was worried that somebody might pull out a gun or something, but now I could do that. And I just wanted to thank the President of the United States for bringing the National Guard.
I'm so happy for people and all the benefits that this has brought for people. A society where kids aren't safe to play outside is one that has failed. It's just so nice that this little boy is able to experience what should be normal for children. Army Corps of Engineers writes, "For Charlie on new border wall section going up in Arizona this week." That's very awesome, beautiful. In Italy, this billboard was spotted. Translation: freedom means telling the truth even when it's uncomfortable. Charlie's worldwide reach was incredible. It really was. This was really interesting news this week. Bible sales have gone up 41.6% since 2022. And spiritual app downloads up 79.5%. Christian music streams up 50%. This Jacksonville Jaguars star Travis Hunter was baptized this week. I believe it was this week before his game.
Did you get baptized this morning?
Yes.
Why did you do that?
It's a crazy question. Why did I get baptized?
Why did you choose to go to the church this morning?
Sunday. It's God's day, and I've been planning to get baptized for a minute. You know, I want to change my life over, become a better man.
What does it mean to you?
It means a lot. You know, becoming a better man, leaving my old flesh, and just becoming the new Travis.
It's lovely to see it. I think it's a really positive thing, and I think people need it. Some spend life chasing the perfect wave. Others become the reason someone else finds theirs. I loved seeing this video this week. I'm not sure if it's an old one, but this says it was career day and every child dressed up as what they wanted to be when they grew up. The maintenance worker was his idol. I'm loving his little bald cap. He's so cute. What an honor. He must have felt so honored. Another really lovely clip from this week. Grandpa was watering his garden when he spotted some kids returning from a pool party with their water toys, and what happened next was pure joy. Science Girl says, "Boys will be boys." Have a look at this. This is so cool. I want one. I know it's probably so expensive. I would absolutely love one of these. So let's take a look at this week's ABCs of MAGA. We're on the letter V now, and proudly unaffiliated chose Make America Vibrant Again, which is a very nice one. For this one, I'm going to say Make America Virtuous Again. If you guys have a V word that you would like to see for America, write it in the comments below. I'd just like to say thank you so much again to those of you who donated to my Buy Me a Coffee this week. Nosmo King, thank you so much for your donation. Yuri Haynes said, I love what you're doing. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to hear that you're enjoying it. Jer just said, thank you. Thank you so much, Jer. Thank you so much for your kindness and for supporting my channel. Riz Pinish said, funny memes. I'm very glad you enjoy them. Thank you. Michael M said, my wife Maxine and I really enjoy your personality, sensibility and comments. We need more people in media like you. Thank you. That really means a lot to me. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you guys can both enjoy it together. And I do hope that I'm managing to put some positivity and common sense out into the world. Thank you again. And thank you so much to Barry for such a generous donation. That's so kind of you. He says your message is spot on and you do it with class. Love it. Thank you so much, Barry. Again, I know I say it often, but your kindness and your generosity and your support really blows me away. And I just want to say thank you to you all for the ways that you support the channel. And I'm so glad that we were able to create the community on this channel together. So yeah, thank you. Now I'm going to take a look at the memes that you guys tagged me in this week. I don't have too much time this week, so I'll just look at a handful and then I'll play catch up next week. Like a question mark. Streetlights hum like a broken spark. That is smooth. That is really good. There's some aspects of AI that I really love, I have to say. Kevin Whiteman asks, if Trump is a king, why is the government still shut down? Interesting point. Millions simultaneously carry flags, signs to aqua aerobic class right before the 4 o'clock dinner special. 77.3 million showed up for No Queen's Day on November 5th, 2024. Places where Trump is still your president after all of your protesting. Thank you, Kia, for tagging me in this. Il Donaldo Trumpo says, I should totally ride a carriage back to work this week. Trump could have a lot of fun with this coming up to Halloween.
Millions are protesting against the spoiled morons resorting to violence rather than making an argument that can win at the polls like our president did when he was elected, unlike a king.
Very good.
Knox. I'm doing something. Stop. 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 Knox.
It's when they know they're doing wrong and they do it anyway. I want every last hostage released from the Hamas terrorists. I want every last illegal released. Which one would you guys prefer?
Story about a woman who walked into a bridal shop one day and told the sales clerk that she was looking for a wedding gown for her 4th wedding. Well, the saleswoman asked, just exactly what type of dress are you looking for? A long, flowing white dress with a veil, she responded with assurance. Not totally convinced, but afraid to offend the woman, the sales lady said, you know, dresses of that nature are usually more appropriate for brides who are being married for the first time, for those a bit more innocent, if you know what I mean. Well, the lady retorted and put her hand on her hip. I do know what you mean, and I can assure you I'm as innocent as the rest of them. Despite all my marriages, I remain as innocent as any first-time bride. Well, you see, my first husband was a dear, sweet man. It was a terrible tragedy, actually. All the excitement of the wedding was simply too much for him, and he died as we checked into the hotel on our wedding night. I'm sorry to hear that, said the clerk, but what about the others? Well, my second husband and I got into a terrible fight in the limousine on the way to our wedding reception. We haven't spoken since and got the marriage quickly annulled. What about your third husband? Asked the store clerk. Well, the woman replied, he was a Democrat. And every night for 4 years, he just sat on the edge of the bed and told me how good it was going to be.
Thank you, CJ Meany. That was a great find. Thank you guys again for watching. Goodbye from me and Vinny. See you next time.